I know that Orion is proud to be a manufacturer and proud to manufacture here in Wisconsin. A lot of people have forgotten what manufacturing jobs are, so Orion really works hard with local technical college to promote the concept of looking at manufacturing, looking at technology as a way of the world and a way to move forward. A big part of it that's really evolved to today is helping people, young people, understand that manufacturing jobs can be very, very supportive of their family as well.
I think there's a great opportunity in our business to have a huge impact on our employees and their ability to achieve their career aspirations. We have to have employees that understand how we make a profit. We trained every employee in our company about our financial statements. Showing up for work and not knowing what it takes to be successful, am I really going to get their best? Am I really going to get what we need as a company if they don't understand why they're even doing what they're doing?
I think the difference is that we're involved in innovation, in making a technology that had been around for a while a better technology, replacing old technologies for the lighting of interior building cavities. When people think about energy efficiency, that's kind of like la-di-da, kind of up there, kind of smoke and mirrors. But when you talk about using too much energy as a waste product of your manufacturing, people get really concerned about waste. What we have out here is the 5th largest photovoltaic generating display in the state of Wisconsin. The solar system generates about 290 kilowatts of energy, and it gives our customers the opportunity to see very specifically what's happening in a photovoltaic solar system. We have 2 wind generators, and those 2 wind generators generate about 70 kilowatts. So we actually generate enough electricity to operate this whole manufacturing facility on any given day. Our entire facility is a laboratory, but one that demonstrates precisely what we're trying to do for our customers. Sometimes the customers can't envision what we do, so we bring them right here.
If I can provide a good job and a good environment to work and pay them well, then they will take care of their family and their communities.
This is a partnership with YMCA Daycare. We have the facility, they've got the expertise in operating a daycare. For us, we get the benefit of having them available for us when we have people on the floor.
March 29th.
If we have to expand the activity of a shift, we're able to do that with the flexibility of the teachers here. When we put it together, we wanted to make sure that we had a high-quality daycare as well. And it's a wonderful service because how often can you actually drive to your employer and let your kids out of the front door and go back to the manufacturing facility and go to work? We have a doctor, Dr. Robert Gall, that we contract with, and he works here basically 2 hours a day. During those 2 hours, he saves us untold thousands of dollars in terms of medical costs that otherwise would be charged against our insurance. The way we get along with people, the way ownership thinking is taking us forward, all those things are magnificent. And we think about our shareholders and the value that we have to offer to them. It's that whole amalgam of things that happen in the private sector with a publicly traded company that I find amazing.
We really needed to bed down the operations of the business and make sure that we, regardless of our sales, that we have the best cost structure to support that. We have had a strategy of growth of revenue, but we now are focused on profitable growth. If you took away our people and left us our business, we would likely fail. But if you took away our business and left us the people, we'd be able to rebuild the organization and likely make it stronger. I'm absolutely convinced that the people that we have in this company are key to the success of the growth of the future of this company.
I would like to think that it has something to do with the employees. You know, the quality of the employees, the workforce that we have here. We have a strong manufacturing background in Manitowoc. The people that work like in the different areas, everybody seems to take their job seriously. They seem to respect what they do. Like I said, their name isn't going to be on it, but this is what they do. People know if you work at Orion that you make light fixtures. And if you make bad light fixtures, that comes back. People hear about that kind of thing.
People create an identity around the kind of work that they do. And having that identity is really, really important to people's pride. I know that the people that work on the Orion shop floor, the people that work here in the Technology Center, when they show a card or if they're wearing a shirt with a logo on it, somebody says, "Oh, you work for Orion," they go, "Yes, I do." From the CEO to the president to the people that we met on the shop floor today, they're all just flipping hard working. No doubt that Manitowoc, Wisconsin's got a great work ethic from tradition. But we find that new generations and we find that new cultures that show up here are equally as industrious. And what happens is one culture, one race will challenge the older generation and of another race to be as good as they are. And it goes back and forth. So giving and receiving goes on in equal measure. It's very cool.
When I came here in the United States 2006, I have nothing. And when I got the working permit 3 months after I came here and I found Orion, that was the highest paid I ever had in my whole life. I was in the line before. I started as just a builder. And then 2 years after that, they have an opening of material handling. And I got an opportunity to apply for that job and I got the job. 3 years after that, I started working as lead. You're not only doing supervising people, but I believe that lead is like you're the model of that department. There's fixtures that need to ship every day. I write every day in the board what is their goal every hour, and they have to meet that. If there's a problem that they can't meet that, then I'll talk to them. I'm looking forward to come here every day. I love the company I work with. I love the fact that they trusted me to the position where I am right now. Every quarter of the year, we get really busy. It's so busy that people in the office sometimes offers to help us.
I had the opportunity at the end of our fiscal year to work on the production line for, I put in 3 shifts and she was my supervisor.
I know he's the CEO, he's the big guy. So I came to him and I asked him if he wants to work with me and he said, "Sure, put me to work."
She kept me on task, and when things were piling up behind me, she was keeping me moving, and I gained a great appreciation for the work.
He was a good worker. He told me that, "Put me to work, I will do it." And he did.
I like my job. I think that makes me a better spouse, parent, whatever. If you go home and you like what you do, I think that shows. My dream job would be reading. If I could find a job where I could read all day and eat chocolate, that would be my dream job. Unfortunately, I haven't found that job yet. But I put a plastic sleeve over a fluorescent bulb, and the bulb will still break, but it will not shatter. I'm not there all the time. Like a lot of times I'll get pulled up onto the line. And I like that. I like working in different areas. And I think it's a challenge. I like to show people what I do. I'm proud of what I do, and I think I do a good job. I like to know that the lights that are in some of these fixtures, especially like in food services places, you know, that might not be my name on there, but it's what I do. My drive to work, I go right along Lake Michigan. An incredible picture every morning when I go to work. I mean, you got the sun coming up, you've got the little fishing boats out there, the lighthouse is there, you've got the gulls flying overhead. If that doesn't put you in a good mood to go to work, I mean, you know, it doesn't get any better than that.
We are very proud to be the manufacturer of highly effective lighting systems, energy management platforms, and direct use renewables. This is our linear fluorescent. amazingly attractive because of their simplicity, but also because of their optical and thermal efficiencies. You run the DCD, which also turns the light on and off, through a transmitter. The transmitter identifies the amount of energy being consumed by the light, reports it back to the tablet, and so you can compare the HIF that we have functioning on the front half with an LED on the back half. We try to make the stuff that we make not only high efficacy in terms of the lighting, the ability to install, and then the total look of the project. The light pipe will replace a 221 watt high intensity fluorescent light. What this does is takes the sun's direct energy and lights the interior building cavity using no electricity. We've lined the light pipe with an alanod called alanod silver. Alanod silver is 98% reflective of full spectrum light, and you can see that amazing reflectivity.
We're taking an environmental idea and, we're conserving energy. And and that's what it's all about. We do everything from light pipe. Festival is a big customer. You can't believe the quality of the light.
The light's sent throughout the store to give that more natural light that I think everyone's come to like and enjoy. Adding another 170 penetrations into a roof is concerning, especially with roof leaks and things like that, but we have not had one issue. We're increasing the total or the quantity versus reducing it. It's just been very well received, and it's been maintenance free for us. So, because we're looking at very slim margins, we have to look at ways of controlling costs. And one way that we can do that is entering light pipes into our construction.
If you understand really what our mission is, and that is to help our customers solve their energy problems, you can't do that by just providing one piece of that. If we're truly going to be of value to our customer, we have to help them solve their business problems and help them become energy independent.
We have 2,300 cows. We have approximately 42 employees. Our electric bill is huge every month. It's one of those things you have to pay for. We need it. We do use a lot of electricity with lights, fans, so anywhere we can save, we're always looking for that. I think these lights are number one brighter. The other thing is the long day lighting that we put in here versus our other barns is better. This is a rotary parlor. It was important to us to have the lights currently all the way around so we're able to see, and important for employees to be able to do their job and see appropriately. This facility was built new with this lighting 2 years ago. This rotary parlor holds 80 cows, and we milk on it at this time for about 5 hours, 3 times a day. We will probably maximize this area and use it about 24 hours a day.
The last quarter that we announced was profitable because we got down to business and strengthened our internal disciplines, our internal operations.
This is the beginning of the process where the metal is cut, sheared, stamped, and then it moves on through the process to become a light fixture. So shaping, welding, washing, painting, and then moved into inventory and then moved to the floor. Raw materials come in, they're set in place by raw material handlers, bring them in, get it ready to go. A lift truck and the operator comes along, helps the machine operator load, and it kind of goes from there. They don't turn into light fixtures with the raw material. They've got to be washed, they've got to be dried, then they've got to go on another line, so we're heading stuff into the wash right now. They go through, and then inside is an environmentally appropriate spray booth. This is called a mural finish alanod. So this mural finish is 95% reflective of full spectrum light. When I put my finger inside of the reflector, you can see 3 fingers. That's what it does to the light. So it's like triple amplifying the kind of light that you put in there. This ultra high bay reflector is what has allowed us though to go from 4 lamps in a fixture to our competitor's 6 lamps in a fixture. The workflow continues through here, so you start out with a power pack, He'll also install the ballasts that turn the lights on, that control the energy going to the fluorescent lamp. These ladies continue the complicated wiring that goes on within a light fixture. We have this gentleman who's lamping, putting in the reflector, and then adding the lamps as well, and then he also tests the lamp. This is the outside for the installation. It's designed to be used in exterior applications. We use them for wall packs. We use them for exterior lighting for parking lots. The part that's being made is a light fixture hanger. It's a two-part robot. It's got a table that draws coil from the back of the machine, measures the wire necessary for the part that it's making. There are other lights that work in a similar fashion, lights that are non-electric lights. And if you look, you can see that the direct light of the sunlight is actually what is lighting the entire floor of our facility, and that costs zero.
When we were going through the whole process of our Aquatic Center, it was very hard for people to grasp why we needed an Aquatic Center. Some people could understand it, some people couldn't. We were receiving donations from different people and different private corporations. We were doing okay, but we kind of needed that big boost, and Orion came through with a wonderful gift to help with the project. They could see the project was a family environment, a place for families to go. And I think that's one of their missions. It's about families. Not only did they give us this gift, they also gave us their employees. I got to work with a marketing director there. I worked with a couple other people in different levels of management, and they were able to come and help us with our campaign. It was more than a check, it was also involvement. When you have a community that looks upon maybe one or two companies as their main source of income for donations, for giving, for employment, for everything like that, and all of a sudden you see 400 to 500 people just vanish or have no job and leave, that's a huge impact to our community and to all the businesses around.
Mural Aluminum, they decided that they were going to outsource, so they moved everything down to Mexico and put up a brand new building and everything, and took our management people down there to get everything going, and it fell flat on its face. Rubbermaid Newell then got rid of it, and there were 600 people left without jobs. They wanted more profit than what the people here were giving them, and so that was their big idea, to relocate to Mexico. Gary worked there 30 years, I was there 28, so then it was kind of a double whammy. I worked till September of 2003, and at that time I was one of the last handful. And I believe Orion came in June of 2004. Orion is part of the original mural facility. They started out very small with just one part of the building. That had been the warehouse distribution center for mural. And so we've got all that space, and as it grew, they gradually moved things around.
Being the employer is being a good citizen, and you can contribute to the community in a lot of ways, and our strategy is pay them well and let them be good stewards in the community as well.
As you can see out in the plant today, our highest and best use of our resources is putting people to work. And so that's really important. I mean, that really drives the community. You can talk about the fact that money doesn't buy happiness, but everybody, male and female, are more happy when they can take care of their family. And that's really what it was all about. Creating jobs, putting people to work, making happy families think about what they can do in the future. Currently, we're going through an ownership thinking process where we're really stripping down exactly what it has been that we've done in the external community outside of Orion's walls and rethinking exactly how we should invest those very, very important dollars.